Okay, on to... I need to be going through these faster. Let's go on to Bad Juju. Now, this one's gotten through... I believe this is Toland's Legacy is the bounty you get this one through. This gun... Oh, man. Okay, this gun definitely needed the buff. But with the buff, this gun is... Well, it's a joy to use. Let's just say that. Especially in PvE. I would go as far to say that Bad Juju is one of the 3 most useful PvE weapons. Like, that's crazy. Now, it has hip fire again. I hate that perk, okay? Don't get me wrong. I freaking hate that perk, and I really wish it would just go away. I don't want it. It's stupid. It's a wasted perk for me. But that aside, take that out. This gun's amazing, because it has another perk that's basically like 4 perks on its own. And that perk is called String of Curses. After each kill, this weapon will reload instantly and increase damage for a short time. Kills will also help you charge your super. You never have to reload this gun. You never have to get ammo pickups for this gun when you're running it in PvE. And your supers recharge incredibly quickly. Now, not to mention, it also fires full auto. See that? You see that? You see that freaking full auto crap? That's awesome. I love it. I love it to death. Bad Juju is an amazing, amazing PvE weapon. It's a tool of destruction in PvE. You can just fire for just endlessly at a crowd until they're all dead, and you'll never have to worry about it, and your super gets recharged really quickly. And it's an awesome gun. I think there's the one negative with this gun, and it is kind of a problem, is its impact. Its impact sucks. Everything else about it is super well balanced, though. Its reload speed, which it really doesn't usually need. I mean, unless you are firing on a heavily shielded enemy, like I was with that Centurion, then you might run into problems not killing him before your clip runs out. But that aside, it has great stability, great range, good rate of fire, just kind of sucky impact, but it fires so fast, it really doesn't matter. Like, I think the amount, its damage per second output it still rivals Red Death for that very reason. Like, it's a good gun. It's a really good gun, and I highly recommend it to everybody. Now that pulse rifles are so much more formidable in this game, please do yourself a favor and go after this darn gun, because it's wonderful. I love it. Alright, let me just kill the Centurion, and I can move on to the next primary that I have, which in this case is going to be Hard Light. And I'm not going to really be able to talk about this, because, well, this was what Xur sold. That was a terrible throw, but hey, I still got the kills with him. Alright, which was the one that he decided to throw, wait, so I get these from Phalanxes, okay. The one he decided to sell this week. And because of that, I haven't been able to do a whole lot with it. As you can see, it's not much upgraded at all. Glass half full, sort of useless perk, especially with the way auto rifles are now. It's not that great. Like, the more you go into the magazine, it's like does like a 1 or 2 point damage increase. But Hard Light's it's a weak gun. The one thing about Hard Light that I will admit it had going for it for the longest time was that it was rare. Before this week, it had never been sold by Xur, and there was really no other way to obtain it. It was a rare find. And even though it is, I don't think this was a PlayStation exclusive. I think this is on both. I think it was the first. No, it would be on both Xbox and PlayStation because it was sold. They don't sell exclusive games. Xur doesn't sell PlayStation exclusive guns, like Fourth Horseman and Hawkmoon. But oh, I wish he would. But anyways, this is probably the only gun that was on both systems that had never been sold before. Like, and it was just hard to get. But is it good? Well, not really. I mean, its clip size is... It's actually not that good for its rate of fire. Its damage output isn't really the best. I mean, it has this perk here, which I don't have yet, which is Volatile Light. Rounds fired from this weapon over-penetrate targets. And Ricochet. The Ricochet can be kind of fun to play with. I mean... the fact that they over-penetrate can be nice for firing into crowds of thrall, but there's also millions of other ways to do it with crowds of thrall that are just as effective. I mean, Hard Light, I think that's the reason I haven't worked on it much since I got it, is because it's not that exciting. It really isn't. It's an okay, no, it's not even an okay gun. well, I guess I could say it's okay. Just barely okay, though. Like, it's alright. Suros is a way better auto rifle. I guess I could say that it is better than the other exotic auto rifle, Monte Carlo, because Monte Carlo is such a situational gun. It's actually kind of disgusting and really only useful for like 1 or 2 subclasses. I mean, I don't know. Hard lights, yeah, it's not that great. It really isn't. Like, you're not missing out much if you don't have it. The only reason I have it is because, well, I want every exotic at some point. I mean, that's the only reason I still have No Land Beyond, for crying out loud. Okay, let's move on to the next one. MIDA Multi-Tool. Now, this gun's interesting. Okay, and I can't find phalanxes anywhere. This gun's very interesting. In fact, you kind of have to, if you ever want to like solo a raid, this is kind of the ideal gun to do that with. Not because it's necessarily it effectively as a weapon makes it better for raids, but rather because it has this perk that makes you very effective in raids. Your movement speed is pretty nicely increased with MIDA Multi-Tool. On top of that, it's got a very fast trigger. It's just a very fast gun. It's nice and accurate. This gun is, I would say, deceptive. I'm going to say deceptively average because by being so average, it's not average at all. It's actually exceptional. This is the only scout rifle anyone can get at the moment. The only other scout rifle that exists is called Fate of All Fools, and only one Destiny player in the universe has that because of it's actually a really cool story. Go read up on that. I would highly advise you do that because that is a pretty cool story. Just go look up Fate of All Fools and read the story about the one Guardian who has it. But MIDA Multi-Tool, it's really not like it has no one thing that's good about it, or that's great about it, I should say, but nothing bad about it either. There's a phalanx. You need that. And for that reason alone, it's a very, very good gun. It's got decent impact. I guess it has a fast reload speed, which is nice. Has great range, great stability. Radar stays active while we're aiming down the sights, because, I mean, obviously there's a radar all over this gun. There's a radar on the left. There's a radar on the scope. I mean, it's just, this whole gun is, it's literally made up of radars. Like, it's a good gun. It is a good gun. It helps you move faster, too. I mean, I like MIDA. I really do. I enjoy using it in, oh, hi. Guess we'll do this real fast. I enjoy using it very, very thoroughly. It's a darn good gun. It's fast. It also fires on a hairpin, which is really nice as well. Okay, I think this is a Scion, so this shouldn't be too bad to take care of, really at all, especially since he won't have a shield. Are you gonna melee me, buddy? That's what I thought. Here, let me do the same thing to you. And just fire at him with the MIDA real quick. I mean, it's a good gun. It really is. I enjoy using it in Crucible. It's a fantastic gun. There's not anything bad about it, and for that reason, it's a very good gun. And I'd say it's good on both modes as well. Like, I can't really see why you wouldn't want to. I mean, I don't know what it's hard to explain this gun. There's nothing bad about it. That's all I can say. There's nothing bad about MIDA. There is nothing. I believe Zer's sold this one a couple times, so shouldn't be too. It's not really too hard to grab. He has, especially if he sells it again, it's really not that hard to come across. And yeah, that's it. Decent clip size, decent everything about it. All right, let's see. In fact, I believe that concludes all of my primary exotics. Yeah, I've definitely gone way over on time, but I suppose we can now move into the secondaries. Ooh, boy. Now, the special weapons, as far as exotics go, I believe in this game are all good. Well, actually, that's a lie. There's one that's not, but it's mostly because of because the recent patch, for some reason, decided not to apply to it. And that can be a problem. And that gun's called the Fourth Horseman. Now, luckily, I don't even have that gun, so I'm not too worried about it. Not to mention, nobody really used the Fourth Horseman anyway. Like, it's not a very good shotgun. So I'm not really too beat up about not having it. But this is the special weapon that everybody should have. And really, you have no excuse if you don't have it, because Zers, I believe, sold it like 3 times now, and it's the gun that you want. Like, this is the special weapon you should have. Now, watch my ammo carefully. Just watch my ammo on my special weapon. Yeah, you see that? See that? Oh, there it goes again. Oh, you see that? Yeah. This thing has ammo regeneration. It doesn't have any backup clips, so there's no such thing as reloads on it. But Icebreaker, baby, is the most useful PvE special weapon in the game. Because, well, you never run out of ammo for it. Has an amazing range, high impact, causes enemies to explode and do damage around them. It's just an overall killing machine. This gun is awesome. And there's no reason you shouldn't have it. It's great. PvE, I actually see people use this a lot. Or, sorry, yeah, PvP. I see people use this gun a lot. And I don't understand why. This, I guess the ammo regen makes sense for PvP. But it's not a PvP weapon at all. This is a PvE weapon through and through. I guess that's why I said it's debatable with the last word for most useful between PvP and PvE. Just because, well, here's the thing. Let's take a look at Icebreaker's stats real quick. Look at that range. It's amazing. Reload speed, I don't even know why it has a reload stat at all. But stability. Watch this. Look at how much kick that is. That's ridiculous. That is so bad for PvE, and there's no reason you should ever even bother with it. There really isn't. You just shouldn't do it. I mean, it's I don't know why people use it. I can't fathom why people think it is a good idea to use that gun in PvP, because it's not. I mean, the LDR 5001 is way better. Patience and Time, the other exotic sniper rifle, way better. Or second, I guess, a special weapon sniper rifle, way better. It's not that great, but I mean, I guess it has been used in PvP a little bit here effectively, so it's not the worst. Last word, I just have not seen used in PvE, period. So, and there's no reason you should. So I guess that's why that's probably the most polar opposite. But Icebreaker, it's like, just don't bother with it in PvE or PvP. I don't know why people do. It's kind of dumb. It's not the most effective, and really, there's legendary sniper rifles that work way better, especially the raid ones like Black Hammer and Praetus Revenge. Those guns are way better for PvP. That aside, Patience and Time. I don't have that one, which makes me so mad. Wish I did. Let's move on to the next gun, Pocket Infinity. This is, I have a love-hate relationship with this gun. This gun has one thing going for it, and that's this. Oh, look at that! It's a full auto fusion rifle. How nice! I'm sure that's incredibly useful, right? Well, not really. I can't really see why you would use this gun all that often. Like, it sort of makes sense in PvE. Like, if somebody's like coming at you with a shotgun and you can manage to get this off, well, they're not going to be coming at you with a shotgun for much longer. This will kill them for sure, and if it doesn't, you really suck. I mean, what's going to survive this? Not much. I mean, really not much. But I think the only actual benefit of Pocket Infinity, the only actual benefit of Pocket Infinity is there's a bounty where you're supposed to kill 2 enemies with fusion rifle shots 20 times. You go through a pack of Thrall with the Pocket Infinity, and you've got the bounty in like 30 seconds. And otherwise, that bounty actually takes quite a while. So that's like the one thing I can think about with Pocket Infinity. It's like, yeah, okay, that makes sense. But here's my problem with it, and this is what I hate about this gun. This whole tree of perks it fights with each other so bad. Like, I want all 3. I don't want just one of these. I hate that. I hate it when there's no clear choice. Okay? Now, surplus, expect to find more ammo for this weapon. That's nice. Fires in full auto and has a chance to return rounds that missed the magazine. Yes, good. Hand loaded, effective at extended range. That's nice. Fusion rifles should have that. They want that. That's nice to have. Especially when you've got this gun over here with this amazing range, and this gun's range sucks. You kind of want hand loaded. Extended mag, though, you need that too, because its base magazine size is only 3. Okay, well, it gets worse, because then, look at how awful its stability is. You want perfect balance because of this. Yeah, like, you're getting no kick out of that. That's why you want that. But 3, it's just too small. Unfortunately, I have to go with extended mag because I just find it a little more useful dealing with the kick on it. But honestly, this gun is just, it fights with itself. It really does. And for that reason, I'm not the biggest fan. I'm really not. I think Pocket Infinity is, it's not a bad gun by any means. It can be useful in PvP, although the reason I think it sucks in PvP personally, more than the other fusion rifle, is because, well, its charge rate is abysmal. Like, it's a bad charge rate. You need a good charge rate when, you really need a good charge rate when you're in the Crucible. Otherwise, you're gonna die so fast. I mean, I don't know. It's not a good gun. It's okay. I don't want to go into that. I really don't. I don't think it would suck me in though, would it? No, it wouldn't when I'm in patrol. Why is it still going? Okay, good. It doesn't. Anyways, let's get out of that then, because that's really disorienting and possibly could give me a seizure. So let's move on to the next one. Check this out. Bam, sucker! That's Plan C. Okay, Plan C. I really like this one. This, I think, is the better exotic fusion rifle. First of all, it's got a good scope. That's actually really nice to have on a fusion rifle. You don't see that very often. It's got all these perks going for it. It's got an okay charge rate, amazing impact, great range, great stability, fastest reload speed possible. But here's the thing about Plan C. And you saw it a minute ago. And it didn't actually work that time for some reason. Upon weapon swap, your charge rate is basically nothing with Plan C. It just immediately fires. And it can be incredibly useful for taking out shotgunners coming your way in PvP. The ability to do that weapon swap is very situational though, and so it's really not that's really not the best perk, but all of its perks all of its stats that it already has going for it are more than enough to make up for that. So, I mean, by itself, with or without perks, it's great. It really is great. It does have hip fire, which I'm never a fan of, as I've already said, but it's a good gun. It's a really good gun, and honestly, this is one that nobody should miss. This is great when you have to deal with arc burn. I mean, get this gun. You really need it. Xur sold it a few times. I mean, it's wonderful, and I really need... What? Oh, okay. And I really need special ammo here. Okay, I finished my patrol. I would like some secondary ammo here, but my connection's being a little wonky. It's probably because someone's in the area or something. Let's just go to orbit. And then I'll start showing off the rest of my guns. But yeah, Plan C, it's good. It's a good gun. Okay, and then we'll move on to the last special weapon as soon as we jump into, let's see, what do I have for my bounties? Kill Hive using a blade sword on Earth? Why not? Let's do that. The one mission, for doing this bounty, always go to Fist of Crota. This is the easiest way to do it. Just run it on normal. This also can be used there's also that bounty where it says kill all of the Blades of Crota. Just run this mission. There's a Blade of Crota right from the get-go. Kill him, reset twice, reset and repeat twice, and you've got the bounty. Like, that's also a very easy way to do it. Granted, they pop up so frequently in patrols. It's easy to find them that way too, but this is probably the fastest way to just knock this bounty out immediately. And I will show you real quick with my trusty Invective in hand. Now, I say trusty, but honestly, this is probably my third favorite shotgun. Well, I'd say it's second, but there is a shotgun I have that's better, and it's a legendary, so I think I'd rather just stick to that than this guy. This is Invective, okay? Invective is gotten through a dubious task, a quest for my Cora Ray. It's a very strong shotgun. It really is. The problem with Invective, though, well, one, its clip size kind of sucks. That's not very good. Not to mention, it's taking up an exotic slot when there are some amazing legendary shotguns out there, like Felwinter's Lie, True to the Morgue, Secret Handshake, Swordbreaker. There are a lot of amazing legendary shotguns out there, and it's really not worth taking up your exotic slot with this guy. That being said, what does Invective have going for it? Well, let's take a look. Invective, this weapon regenerates ammo over time. Now, when it says that, it's not really like Icebreaker or anything. It actually regenerates ammo like once every like 30 seconds, which, wow, this kills knights that fast. That's actually pretty impressive. This is a good scout rifle. I need to work on that a little more. And it looks like there's somebody over here. Hold on, let me just take care of that real quick. Other things it has going for it is it does have a very good range for a shotgun. Its impact's decent. Its stability's decent. Oh, but here's the best thing about Invective. It's full auto. Yeah, you have a full auto shotgun here. That's nice. Now, granted, that perk can be gotten by pretty much any gun. I have a secret handshake with the same perk. I mean, that's not really... I mean, no, it's nice. It's nice. It's also nice because it doesn't count as a perk either. It's a hidden perk. You go into Invective's perks, and it's actually back over here. Full auto. I mean, it's not necessary for upgrade. You have it from the get-go. That's pretty nice. Not to mention the gun looks freaking cool. I gotta admit, this is one of the coolest looking exotics in the entire game. I mean, Invective is it's a good gun. It really is. But the problem is shotguns, there's so many options for a good shotgun in this game that I just can't recommend it. I can't. Like, I've seen people rock it in the Crucible and rock it really well. I mean, there's no denying that. There's no denying it is a good shotgun, but there are better shotguns that are legendary. Fellwinter's Lie is the ideal legendary shotgun. It really is. Granted, it can only be gotten during the Iron Banner, and they're not selling it at this Iron Banner. You have to get lucky this time. They only had it in the last Iron Banner, as far as I remember. Get away from me. But, that aside, it's still a good shotgun. Let's move on to the last ones now, and let me actually exit out really quickly.